I know I'm not the only one who has obviously sensed the spiritual shift in the atmosphere the past month. God told me that now is the time to get ready. For preparation is never wasted time. You have got to understand the times in which we are living in. 4 years ago, I was in an accident where I actually died. They resuscitated me and I went into a coma for 18 days. My skull was cracked in half. I saw the truth about the first, second, and third heaven. I saw the truth about the spiritual realm. I encountered someone who was more real than you could ever imagine. And I started to understand heaven's clock. I started to understand heaven's timeline. And I'm here to tell you, whenever you are watching this video, you must understand the timeline that we have now entered. The year 2025, of course, has been filled with clouds of darkness. It has been filled with clouds of confusion. The inauthentic, the AI, the storms masquerading themselves as supernatural, masquerading themselves as something we think we're supposed to be focusing on. They're not an accident. They're not a coincidence. And I want to share more details of that with you. Listen, God still speaks. I'm not throwing out titles like the one on this video just for clickbait or as if God's some slot machine that we just pick and choose and we tell him what to say. No, I am obeying him on this video. I am relaying what I heard in my heart. Because just as Jesus said in John 10:27, that his sheep would hear his voice and that we would follow him, so am I doing right now. You see, for the Jesus I encountered, he spoke to me heart to heart. His words weren't even audible. They weren't just a clanging cymbal. They weren't just clanging noises. No, they were into the depths of my eternity. Listen, you've got to understand. In Matthew 7, he taught us to pray, not that we would one day just get to heaven, not that we would put all our hope in arriving at heaven. No, instead, he said this, pray like this. Our Father in heaven, may your name be kept holy. May your kingdom come. May your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Listen, God told me that now is the time to get ready. For preparation is never wasted time. And you must understand actually what is happening now. You must understand what they're going to do. I know I'm not the only one who has obviously sensed the spiritual shift in the atmosphere the past month, especially after Charlie Kirk's death, after his assassination. It wasn't an accident of the time that he was assassinated. In John chapter 12, actually Jesus prophesied the exact thing that would actually end up happening to Charlie Kirk, which was at the exact same time that he was assassinated in John 12:23, which is 12:23 p.m., the time in Utah that he was killed. Jesus said, now the time has come for the Son of Man to enter into his glory. I tell you the truth, unless a kernel of wheat is planted in the soil and dies, it remains alone. But its death will produce many new kernels, a plentiful harvest of new lives. Listen, you need to hear me when I tell you this. Darkness is going to do everything they can to get you into fear in this season. They're going to shut things down. They're going to cause mass technical issues. Everything you have trusted before will be shaken. But I hear the word of the Lord to you today. It's time to trust him. It's time to find your shelter in the shadow of El Shaddai, in the shadow of the Almighty. In the name of the Lord is our strong tower, the one we run to. And if that we will seek his kingdom first, he'll take care of us. For in him we are winners. Not that we have to get to victory, but actually we can come from victory. And when Jesus sent me back to the earth after roughly 18 days, he told me to tell you this truth, that in him you are victorious. In him you will not fail. In him you are forever his, and he is yours. And you're not the one that is just believing in God. No, 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 no. This God is the one that actually believes in you. Is the one that actually has risked, he's given all of his being laid up in his son for one person, and that's you. So do not be surprised as the wars and the rumors of wars continue to grow. Do not be surprised as the turmoil across the nation rises. And you don't even have to see prophetically to understand that we are living in some pretty intense times, that we are living in the end times. I mean, you don't even have to be spiritual to admit that at this point. The truth will be revealed this year, where people are truly at. There's going to be an invitation. I'm here to tell you something beautiful happens in life. And to some, it might seem scary. But to those who are his, we are not afraid of the battles. We do not run away from what we are facing. We run into the war. We run into the battle with the enemy. We run into whatever spiritual warfare it is. It's nothing we're afraid of. We laugh in the face of our enemy because in him we are victorious. And so this Jesus that I'm telling you about is not just a get out of hell free card. He's not just someone that you have to work towards. Heaven is not a place you have to get to. Heaven is a place that has come to you now. He is closer than you realize. And as sons and daughters, God told me, the time is now. Tell everyone, I'm coming back soon. But when I come back, I do not want to see my body still as babies. I do not want to see my body walking in deception. For many have come in my name. Many have presented themselves in my name and led them astray. And especially in America, we formed our relationship with God off of everyone else, off of our pastor, off of the songs we listen to, off of the church on Sunday, almost as if this God thing has been like something we get from McDonald's. Like we give a little bit of our time and then, we're just good. This Jesus is jealous for you. I encountered a Jesus that was jealous not just for some of me. He wanted all of me. He loved me. He was not afraid or threatened or running away from me. No, he was running into me. His words pierced the depths of my soul. So get ready. Seek the Lord. What is he calling you to? Humble yourself. Get on our knees today. For we are not called to live as ships driven by the wind, tossed by the sea. You're not called to live just however your life is going, and whatever happens to you, you're just always the victim. And you just happen to be the one who is just, everything's happened to you. That is not the life that God has called you to live. Jesus said, he that is faithful in the little is rewarded with more. You may feel like your life is little. You may feel like there's no hope. You may feel like you're just watching all of these things going on. And you don't even know what to do. Inflation's gone crazy. You don't know how to pay your bills. You don't know how to provide for your family. You don't know how to pray for anyone because you're just filled with confusion. You're filled with all these intrusive thoughts. Listen, stop, quiet yourself, and listen to what he is saying to you now. Understand the times in which we live in. Understand he is so much closer than you realize. Why are we witnessing all the supernatural signs now? Why are the skies literally splitting open? Why are so many supernatural testimonies, even near-death encounters? Thousands of us have come back from the other side and are now telling you the same truth. He is alive forevermore. And so can you be found in him. So I encourage you today, walk in his truth, walk in his grace, be faithful, give all to him now, for it is not little. Your life matters so much more than you realize. We are called to rule and reign with him in these times. Yes, it will be intense. There'll be more and more questions. Jesus showed me the second heaven, which is the in-between, of the first heaven, which is the blue skies, and the third heaven, which is where his throne is. He showed me the in-between, where both angels and fallen angels interact with the words of human beings. And you see, your words are either in agreement with God's word or they're in agreement with the enemy, the adversary. There is no in-between. There is no gray area. It does not exist. Watch what you say. You're either replicating your Father. You're either replicating love himself, walking in forgiveness, walking in grace towards others, walking in joy, or you're walking in the way of the world. There is no fence. Get ready, because it will only become more and more supernatural. Evidently so. The evidence will continue presenting itself, and the counterfeit will continue following through. The storm of glory is here, and the storm of darkness is here. So discern the times. Be very watchful for who you trust. Let yourself always judge what you hear based off of the word of God. We've had this celebrity mentality, this almost Pope mentality, that we just trust someone else to hear God. Listen, I can't give you another prophetic word. You need to hear God for yourself. You need to know him for yourself. I saw in these times, there would no longer be celebrities. There would no longer just be these mega churches winning the world. God was going to use the everyday Joe. God was going to touch the cornfield farmer in Illinois. He was going to touch the janitor in California. He's going to touch the lawnmower in Oregon. I saw Jesus encountering thousands, millions all across the globe. But these people weren't the ones that looked so fancy and shiny and had all the scriptures in their Instagram bio, although, it's really easy to do that. No, these people were the ones who truly gave their lives to him, who truly shined, who truly gave it all over to him. And I saw in these times, they would shine bright. They would win those around them to his glory, to his name. And it would be a beautiful, beautiful testimony. And when Jesus comes on the clouds, he's coming to come soon. I was outside yesterday, heard a loud trumpet, and I was pretty convinced he was about to come. It ended up being just a very loud jet engine from an airport nearby. But my goodness, do not be mistaken. He's coming soon. He revealed so many things to me about answered prayer. He showed me actually the timeline of Moses. He showed me the importance of words. I laid out so many details, and he's now finally released me to share those with you in my book, 18 Days in Heaven. It's actually out. If you click the link down in the description below, on this book, you will be so blessed to encounter Christ for yourself. I love you guys. And as always, if you really want to understand what is happening, click the video right above my finger.